Hello, good afternoon. So, after a long time, I'm back from my class, and you can see on the screen it's a clock, and someone is hanging on the clock, and it's a clock and hanging on the tongue of a clock. So, the many questions might be coming to your mind, and this is a picture from your textbook of the that book name is Vistas of class 12. So you can easily see, you can easily understand which chapter it is. It is third level written by Jack Finney. Okay, it is third level written by Jack Finney. Okay, so before talking much about Jack Finney or about the title or about the chapter, just little bit discussion, small picture given on the screen. So here from the picture, you might be many questions might be coming to your mind. We are fixed, we are bound, we are attached to the time. Uh, we do our things as per the timing. At 8 o'clock, we must reach to school. We have to reach by 8. If we reach by 8:30, we are late. Our school door is closed, and sometimes we have to write sorry letter, apology letter. So we are stick to the time, and time is precious. Okay, and sometimes we try to fix our mind, we try to fix ourselves with the time. No, time bound people are there who are very much time bound, who the words is appropriate, exact what the time they say they do it. Similarly, this a big so many questions, so many debates, so many discussion can happen on this small picture. But I'm not going to elaborate my discussion, my session on this small picture. My talk, my narration, my explanation, my teaching will come up on the first chapter of the Vistas, that is the third level for class 12 students. And the third level is written by Jack Finney. And let me tell you something about Jack Finney, and then I'll tell you about what the chapter is about third level. Jack Finney, an American author, and worked for advertising agency. And he has spent his 84 years in, means he died at the age of 84 in the year 1995. And at California, means the place California he died. Until the age of, before he died, he spent his time in working and writing with science. He has used his time in using science fiction, science thrillers, and science works are his basic thing he's working. So the two books he has written, the famous one, The Body of Snatchers and Time and Again. So the two are what? The Body Snatchers, Time and Again. I'm repeating the one, The Body Snatchers and Time and Again. So this time and again. So as I said, he's a scientist. We can say who has written so many science fictions, and one of them is this. See, you might be watching Doraemon. You might be watching so many cartoons, and in the special, I'll take you connected with the part of Doraemon, as 90% or 99% kids know about it. They see it and they know about Doraemon. So in the Doraemon, you might be seeing that Doraemon has a pocket. He opens the pocket and he likes to do time travel, and he mends the work of his friend. And after his work is done, he's back to the own world after time travel is done. So the basic focus of the writer is a time travel, how he's able to do time travel, and he's able to come to the change his world, whatever mistake he has done is. So this is one of the theme of our chapter, that is time travel. Second theme, we can say escapism. Escape, we escape from our world, we escape from our reality, we escape from our practical things, we escape from our duties, we escape from our responsibilities, we escape from a burden what we have in our life, we escape from the happenings all around our world, and we need one thing, that is happiness, rest, food, as in the this coronavirus, what has made us, we are stay in our home, eat, sleep, and repeat. 90% might be doing it. Okay, so the same thing, we want a happy and pleasant, normal, peaceful life. What was there in the olden days, it's not there in the present days. That reality, what he's escaping it, he's leaving it, he's not able to enjoy it, he's not able to come to it, he's not able to face to it, a protagonist. Then is interaction of time and illusion. What I said, it is about the time. Interaction of time, how we interact with the time, what we face in our mind, we get glimpse of it. Our mind sometimes thinks something, and in a so for example, I'll cite a small example. When we are sitting inside the class, attending the class of a lecture of a different subject, it may be history, it may be English, but the lecture is going on, well, and you pay attention to it, and you keep your hand and you keep your head on it, and you listen to it. For some moment you are thinking some other thing, your mind will go to that particular thing, you forget what the teacher is teaching, your attention is diverted. Okay, so interaction of time, in that particular moment of time, your body is present in the class, but your mind is somewhere else. So that interaction of time, in the same time we are in two different world. Your mind is facing something and your body is facing something. Okay, your mind is facing something and your body is facing something, a two different world we can see in the interaction of time. And then a psychological refugee from the green realities of the present day world. A psychological refuse, we refuse it sometimes to accept a reality, the real thing, what happens in our life. We sometimes refuse it, we are not able to accept that kind of psychology, we have it. Okay, so and that what happens, these are the basic theme, the 4 points I said you. The time travel, the first point, the theme of the chapter. Second, escapism, we escape from our realities of the present day. The interaction of time, illusion. Okay, an interaction of time, an illusion. A third point, and fourth point, a psychological refugee from the green realities of present day world. From the present day world, the green realities we are afraid of, we are not able to face it, we go against it, and that's our psychological what rejection, we reject it, we are not able to accept it. So these are the 4 theme points that our chapter deals with. And before going in a much with our chapter in details, just I will like to share you something more, and that uh, just a little bit of short introduction about the chapter. Okay, third level, written by Jack Finney. Okay, little bit pre happenings where you can get it more clear idea about it. Okay, third level by Jack Finney is about the harsh reality of war. Is about the harsh realities of war. Is about the, I'm repeating the thing, you can get it easily. The third level by Jack Finney is about the harsh realities of war. War has irreversible consequence. There's a different consequence in our life. See, the World War, World War One, World War Two, and we can say indirectly what at present we are facing, the China, what coronavirus, World War Three, all are affected. The whole world is affected, and by the war, the problems what we face it. Okay, so irrespective of different wars, different situation, we face different kind of consequence. Thus, leaving people in a state of insecurities, due to which we are in a state of insecurity. It is also about a modern day problem. Okay, it is also about a modern day problem, and how common man tends to escape reality by various means. And common people, yeah, that happens. We escape from the real world. Okay, in this story, a man named Charles hallucinates. I hope you understand hallucination. We go in a dream in a different world. We start about thinking of something else, and we will present in a different situation. I gave the example of a class when student started thinking he's in a different world. For example, in a last night he had a party and he's thinking about the party, what I did it, but he's present inside the class. Still, hallucination of that party is still there with him, and reaches the third level of Grand Central Station, which only has 2 levels. Okay, so he is able to reach to the 2 station, and that is Grand Central Station, and it has only 2 levels. Okay, So just a little bit introduction of what I've shared you, and then on the screen you can see some vocabulary for you, and I will ask you to take a snapshot or of this. If you have a book, you can underline these words later on in your book and jot it down these words, and these words in your book or in your copy. When you'll write it down, take a snapshot from your screen. I hope you will be able to read it easily. Okay, so this is a small introductory idea and a vocabulary in front of you. When I'll be teaching the chapter in details, and when you'll be having these vocabs in your mind, it won't be difficult to understand the chapter. So first, a word vocabulary is stack a pile of objects, typically one that is neatly arranged. Next one, timetables, a schedule showing the departure and arrival times of trains. There's a schedule, there's a time, you go chat, you see it, timetable in station, where to go, what time, where to come. Okay, or even bus or for aircraft timetables. Next one, waking dream, an involuntary dream occurring while a person is awake. Means when we are awake, we are able to see a dream. Okay, we are able to see a dream. Okay, so in our open eyes, we are able to see a dream in our open eyes, and that is a waking dream. We dream to achieve something in our life. So here same way. Oh, next one, wander, walk or roam. It's a wander, you have to move here and there, walk or roam. Next one, refuge, the state of being safe or sheltered from pursuit, danger, or difficulty. Next one, suburban, residential, ducked, lower the head or body quickly. When you're ashamed of something, students do, they duck their head in the class. Arched, curved, bumping, knock, or run into something. Next, vest, a garment worn on the upper part of a body. Snapped, break suddenly and completely. When you snapped, break suddenly and completely, you get some information, your heart is broken, you're disheartened. Same kind of idea is snapped is giving you. Then locomotive, a powered railway vehicle used for pulling trains. Next, clerk, administrator, fussing, show unnecessary or excessive concern about something. Here are the few vocabulary I have shared you. Okay, and I hope you might have taken this the screenshot of it, and then we can go it in details. Next, we will come to the next. You can see on your screen a small slideshow, and this is about a third level. Yeah, I hope you'll be able to see the slideshow here on your screen, and this is first one, the third level. Jack Finney, little bit introductory informations. Again, I'll be sharing you. Then we'll go in elaboration and analysis of the chapter line by line. Okay, third level by Jack Finney. Setting of the story, Grand Central Station. Okay, Grand Central Station officially opened on February 2, 1930. So it is celebrated its 100th birthday this year. Means when this picture have been taken, that it has been celebrated its 100th birthday. Okay, so you can calculate when year it was taken and it was opened up, and you can get it more idea better clearly. Okay, so next one, in 1908, the excavation of Grand Central Station began in New York. So excavation work, renovation work, and they've dug out and they've taken out, and that was done in the year 1908. Next we come to, this is a view of balcony in Grand Central Station taken between 1913 and 1930. This was the phase, and during that time this picture was taken. And this is where the Apple store is located today. The Apple mobile, what we take, we use it. That big brand is located at this place at today. Okay, not Apple what we eat it. Okay, so this is the Apple brand, the phone we use, the so laptop and the technology big companies, they are at the same place in the present day. And this is a view of one of the many arched corridor in Grand Central Station taken in 1912. Okay, so you can see the so many arch. Okay, the mouse is moving and so many arch here inside in this picture. And many arch corridor in Grand Central Station taken in 1912. The main character Charlie walked down one of this corridor on his way to the third level. So he walked through this one of the corridors and he went to third level. The as per his mind, as per his imagination. So that happens here in this third level. And another arched corridor. You can see another arched corridor, how the corridor looks like. The man in the black cloth is wearing a derby hat. You can see a hat on his head and the dress up is as the man is wearing. Next, we can see in the background to the left. So here in the left side, here in the background, you see corridors and arch. There are the corridors and arch. On the right, you see the old ticket. Okay, so people are in a line. People are in a line. On the right, you can see the old ticket station. An interesting feature of this picture is that ghostly feel of the people, and people, it looks like people are as if they're moving. Okay, so their body is not clear, as if it is a moving picture. So it was taken in those time, in those era, and it was quite the things were very different, and pictures looks very different. Okay, so next, the picture was taken in 1990, and it is an outside view of the terminal from Vanderbilt Avenue and 42 Street. This is where Charlie entered the station in the story. This is the place where Charlie entered the station. So you can get it, the ideas how, where the Charlie entered, from where he came out. And when we'll be going into the chapter, it will be more clear to you. Okay. And the 20th Century Limited was an express passenger train that ran between Grand Central Terminal and the LaSalle Street Station in Chicago. It was operated by the New York Central Railway Road from 1902 until 1967. This was the same. And in the 20th century, it was express passenger. It became an express passenger train. Okay, the Grand Central and LaSalle Street Station in Chicago. I hope you are able to get it, the informations related to the chapter. And this is the Metro North commuter arrived at New York Grand Central Terminal on January 11, 1996. Sorry. Metro North commuter arrived at New York's Grand Central Terminal on January 11, 1996. This is another one. You can see of the metro where people are traveling of 1996. And the clock above the Grand Central Terminal information booth still tickets of the time 100 years after it was built. It was built 100 years before, still it is working and it shows the time here. The world's largest terminal covers 49 acres with 33 miles of track. You can understand how big it might be. And over 7 lakhs people pass through the terminal every day, and it operates over 700 trains per day. And you can understand how big the station this terminal might be. Okay. Next one, the members of the National Guard watch commuters as they walk through the main concourse on January 25th, 2013. Means after 100 years when it was built, how the situation is, how the people walk, and the police is taking care. See the image, try to understand as if it looks a shark over the ocean or something. The image on the ceiling of main concourse depicts a constellation are made of gold leaf. This is the as if the constellation they are made of gold leaf. Okay, so how it is shining very nicely. Okay, so as if are made of gold leaf. Next one. This photo shows the construction of new line that will open, connecting the Long Island Rail Road with a new concourse underneath Grand Central Terminal. So underneath the Grand Central Terminal, this was constructed a Long Island Road for the Long Island Road. Okay, where the people railroad they can move here and there, and that was created underneath under the Grand Terminal. Okay, Central Terminal. Next, a few vocabulary, few informations. What I have already shared, and this is something more. The vocabulary for the third level: psychiatrist, it's a noun, medical doctor, specializing in illness of mind. Get it? It's illness of mind. People will visit a psychiatrist to get help with their emotional problems. So one of the movie of Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan is a psychiatrist, and he helped other one. Sorry, yeah, he one of the movie of Shah Rukh Khan is there where he's played the role of psychiatrist. So similar, it's a psychiatrist here. He's a psychiatrist, and his friend. I hope you're able to get the word psychiatrist. Next, arched. It's adjective. Curved. There are many arched doorways of passage in the old church of Europe. It has been mentioned here. So many arched are there. See, arched has been shown. Here arched, another arched, here another arched. Next one, spittoons. It's a noun. Jar-like container into which people would spit. You know, the people who eat pan, they have even one bowl like something, they spit into it. And in India, there's a plenty of availability. People eat pan and they spit here and there. Okay, and there were spittoons in Grand Central, but they do not exist today. It is not there the present day, but it was there in the olden days. It means 100 years before. Okay, next. When the picture we talk about the derby hat. The derby hat, it's a noun, old-fashioned hat used by men in the past. It is used by men in the past. Next comes here, derby hats were considered very fashionable in the beginning of 20th century. In the beginning of 20th century, it was very fashionable. It was very attractive. People used to use this hat. Next comes here, leg of mutton sleeves. Okay, you're not going to really eat the mutton over here. Legs of mutton sleeves, it's a noun. And sleeves that puff out toward the shoulder. You can see in the shoulder the sleeves are puffed out. At the present day, girls are wearing, it's a now, it's a, again another modern fashion, means tradition, a fashion of wearing dress, but it was old 100-year, more than 100-year old style the people were wearing, and that style is known as leg of mutton sleeves. Okay, and the sleeves that pull out towards the shoulder. Next comes a leg of mutton sleeve need a lot fabric to it, and it is built a lot of fabric, means lots of extra cloths are needed to design this kind of dress. Next comes here currency, money. You know about it. Today currency is different what was used in the past. What the currency we use it's quite different from the past. I'll be showing you a few currency, the modern and old one. Okay, federal, and this is a United States of America, new one, and federal, it's old world. So many are here. United States, and coins and the currencies are here on the screen. You can see the so many currencies are available here. Then premium, now an additional charge or cost. You go for watching movie in a normal theater. When you go to the premium one, so many different kind of hi-fi or more better when you pay most. So here premium, exactly the same, an additional or charge or cost here. Next comes here, some customers are reluctant to pay a premium for organic fruit. When paying for organic fruit, it's an example game, it's an extra charge for organic fruit, original fruit. Okay, so not additive with the chemicals or something. So it's originally coming out, it's organic fruit. So people are reluctant, they're not ready to pay. Next here, this is our old man, the handsome man who was what we can say it's a scientist or was written a fiction. in a very scientific, in a time travel manner. The book name is The Night People, about Jack Finney. It's another book of his. Okay, and here the famous, written by Jack Finney, the Body Snatchers. The Body Snatcher by Jack Finney. Here are the two covers. Here the another covers here. Okay, in a different covers. It has been here. It's in the market. It's a quite another horror kind, we can say, about a Jack Finney. Next, we will come into the Galsburg, the main place where the chapter will be moving all around. The green color, you can see star one, Galsburg, Illinois. It's a main place, desirable place. See, as in the Doraemon, what I talked about, the character want to go to the flashback, his childhood, where was he? Similarly, the protagonist I talked about in so many places, Charlie. We talked about the psychiatrist, the friend of protagonist is Sam. Okay, Sam, the psychiatrist friend of Charlie, and we are getting the third character, Louisa, as a wife of the protagonist, that is Charlie. The protagonist is even the narrator here. Okay, and his desire to go to Galsburg, Illinois, is where his grandparents used to live. Okay, his grandparents used to live, and it is exactly a peaceful era before 100 years back. Before 100 years back, it was a peaceful place, as in a countryside. When you go to the countryside village, when you go to the village, trees, people will be sitting under trees. Different kind of breeze will be moving, means different kind of wind will be moving. People will be enjoying, sleeping, resting, and as if they don't have any tension. As the tension, people are moving in the town, cities, hurriedly, burden, so many pressure, but there is no pressure. So that kind of lifestyle he want to escape from the modernities, realities, practical worries, and he want to go to Galsburg. This is the exact place where our chapter is moving all around. Okay, next, welcome to Galsburg. Little bit picture about Galsburg, the green scenario you can see here. Next one, California, Bullington route, Galsburg, Illinois. This is a route through which you are welcome to the Galsburg. Okay, station Bhubaneswar station. You are welcome to the Bhubaneswar. So I welcome you. Looking at the picture to the Galsburg. Okay, and next, that's a scenario in the 100-year back in 1918, and where the started this happening in that time. So the different situation was there. Okay, and then there's the picture in the modern day, and that is the olden, and this is the system of eating in the present day, and the houses of that area. So I hope I'm able to give you quite different ideas and informations about the third level, introductory idea about the third level, where the writer Jack Finney, again I'll tell you, he's trying to connect the different situation, different era, how the happenings were. Again, before going to the more details of Jack Finney of the chapter, I'll discuss where this thing has already set up. Okay, just I told you, Galsburg, little bit two different era I'll be talking about. Galsburg, in that area when there was no World War, no World War One, no World War Two, it was a people friendly, it was eco friendly, it was nature friendly, where people used to enjoy the nature, where people used to get time, people used to love nature, people used to take a rest. There was no tension. Okay, and in the reality, in the present world, there's a world war, due to which people are burdened, people are tensed, and due to the narrator want to escape, narrator want to go from this world. So this is what we are talking about in this chapter. This is giving them more idea about it. So this is the chapter I want to show you, and this is the chapter first page, first content. The analysis, details, elaboration, and more sharing of information of the chapter we will be doing in our next class. So just for a minute or two, I want you all, if you have any issues, any doubt, come on, I'm unmuting you. You come up. If you want to ask something, you can write it down, or you can ask here. Okay, I'll answer you. So and this is the time. This is just introductory information about the third level. Next class, we'll be going in details with our this elaboration of our chapter. Okay, I'll be going with the elaboration of our chapter. So just if you have any doubt with the part of introduction, you can write it down in the chat box, and we can discuss about it, and then we will go more in elaboration in our next class. Repeatedly it's saying it's a scientific fiction, a science man. Definitely they can write it, the thinking, the idea. Not, it's not imaginary. Yeah, it maybe we can say it's imaginary happening in our mind, uh, like the chapter you have read it in the class 11, a little bit connected to that. You just able to recall the class 11 Gaitonde, where the happening he has gone to a different world. Okay, so we can connect to it similarly. Just Gaitonde part, you may read it, you may get to the Gaitonde class 11. You have read it about the character Gaitonde. So just you can immediately think and answer me which chapter name it was. Gaitonde was the character. Professor, people call him as a professor. He has given the completed 100 lecture. Just a quick brush up in your mind, just immediately that idea what the chapter was giving, the similarly quite connecting, quite similar. Here the third level is, if you are able to recall that part, yeah, you are definitely here with the chapter third level. You can understand the third level, its analysis bit by bit, line by line. You can understand it. Here the first line in front of you. I hope you can answer me. Yeah, someone is answering here. Yeah, very good. The chapter name is The Adventure. Very good. The chapter name is The Adventure. Yeah, that's fine. The correct. The chapter name is Adventure here. Similarly, as the Gaitonde is playing and happening different things in his mind, he's there somewhere else, traveling to Mumbai, so many places, and he comes to his friend, and he explains to the part of physics different way, and he explained what was happening in his mind. Similarly, yeah, we will enjoy this third level, how the protagonist, I'll just call you again, three characters. What are the three characters here? Charlie, Sam, psychiatrist. Yeah, the adventure written by Jayant Narlikar. Yeah, Jayant Narlikar. It's written by, yeah, you are correct. Arpan, you are correct. Yeah, so just I was talking you here about the three characters. That is Charlie, the protagonist. He's the narrator even. Second character, the Sam, the psychiatrist friend of Charlie, who is helping him to overcome through his problem. And next one, third one, Luisa, the wife of Charlie. Initially, she is a simple woman who is initially not able to accept the words of psychiatrist, but later on when he starts explaining the situation, she understands, she accepts the words of Charlie. So this is a little bit information idea about the third level introductory idea. I hope I'll be able to connect you in the next line. You will be able to see me again in here, and I'll be explaining you line by line details of the chapter in our next class. Okay, so yeah, three characters here. That is, again, I'll be talking you. First one, that is Charlie, the protagonist, the narrator of our text. And though some students want to know again about the repetition of the characters, I'm telling you again. Charlie, the protagonist, the main character, the narrator, about whom it's happening here. Second, it's a psychiatrist friend. Who is the psychiatrist friend? Means he's the psychiatrist friend. Name is Sam of Charlie. He's a psychiatrist friend who is helping him to come out, to overcome through his problem. And next one, the Luisa, the wife of Charlie, and she's a very simple woman. She's initially not able to accept the words of psychiatrist friend, what was he saying about his husband. But later on, when he starts explaining about his husband, she later on understood what was happening, what was he doing. Later she understood he was very much supportive to his husband. So these are the three little bit information I'm giving you about the character. In the detailed explanation, I'll be explaining each the character more deeply. And after the chapter gets complete, I'll be discussing about the more character in an analytic way, descriptive way, and I'll be explaining you. This is just a introductory part. Okay, I hope I'm able to connect you. And so if you have any doubt, you can ask me immediately. Otherwise, I'll uh, break my class. I'll stop my class. I'll be disconnecting from you. I'll be taking a sign off. Tata, bye bye. Today, with this introductory ideas, if you have a doubt, you can quickly write to me, and I can help you out to solve your doubts. Okay, so then we can discuss further in our next class. So if no, so thank you. Bye bye. Enjoy the class. We'll meet in the next class. Thank you, all of you. Thank you, students.